Rebecca with Red True Crime, and this is a new update. So I know every time I get on here, I'm always talking about the Marissa Carmichael case, and this will be no exception to any of this. So we have had an interesting update. You might remember I did a video a few days ago where I talked about Mo Dollas reaching out to me, saying some things, and it kind of freaked me out, and I got off the phone with it. So not my finest moment, let me say that. But he did reach out to someone else in our crime group, and she actually had a conversation with him. And it's interesting to hear his take on any of this. So first, let's start off with what we already believe we know. You know, Naja Miller convinced Marissa to leave the house and go out that night. They took an Uber that was driven by Tasha Poplin, and they went into Greensboro. They met up with a guy. Marissa got some pills, and went from there to Mo Dollas' house on Westgate City. Now there, Naja says that Marissa and Mo were being intimate, and that she got tired and wanted to go to her boyfriend's house, and she left and went to her boyfriend's place over off on Stanley Road at some hotel. And that Marissa woke up, was not happy, and then she and Mo went to another bar on Florida Street and then ended up at the 117 Sofa Lounge. From there, she supposedly left with Jersey. Actually, not supposedly. We've had multiple people say she left with Jersey. And then went to the Airbnb on Gorell Street. Now, this is where things get a little fuzzy. We've heard that she never went to Gorell. We've heard no one ever saw her at the Gorell Street address. We've heard she was in the party and there was an altercation. So we've heard a few different things. So we're going to run with the whole she was there. And then she left, got dropped off the Exxon because she and Jersey got into an argument. And then she went in, called 911, called a few other people. Well, called 911. Sean showed up. She got in the car with Sean, called from his phone, got a hold of Naja, wanting to know where Jersey was with her phone. And that's about the extent of it. You know, I believe she made 2 more phone calls to her mother, but her mom never answered the phone. So there we're at. That's the basic update. So, per Mo, he said that Marissa did come to his house, but we actually have text messages between him and Marissa showing that Naja never convinced her to go out. Marissa was wanting to go out on her own. So she went out with Naja in tow. She actually got some type of promotion at work, Mo said, and she wanted to go out and celebrate. So all the other things transpired. She got to Mo's house, but according to Mo, they didn't sleep together. She took a nap, and he was hanging out with Naja, and then Naja got bored and left. And Marissa woke up and was very mad that Naja left her. So that we do know. Now, let's fast forward a little bit. So they leave, they go to the bar on Florida Street, and they go to 117, and this is where she leaves and goes off with Jersey. Now, we did hear this from one other person, and Mo said this as well, that when she got to the Airbnb at Gorell Street, she never came into the Airbnb. She was outside in the car doing things with Jersey of the adult sexual nature. So that's what was happening out there. Now that transpired into her being dropped off the Exxon. Did they have a fight? We don't know. Now, according to Mo, in his honest opinion, he thinks Sean is the guilty party of this. He is the one who was last seen with her, and in his opinion, he's the one to blame. When he was told that Sean had been basically ruled out by the police, yes, Tanisha X, yeah, actually we got some updated information about Mo, and I'm recapping a little bit and telling you what Mo said, answering a question that popped up. So, according to Mo, Sean's to blame. Now, he also thinks that Marissa is dead. And, you know, he's upset by this. But he was very, very confused and upset to find out that Sean is no longer a suspect. He also is not a big fan of Naja either. So, and he also said Naja's a liar. He also says she makes up stuff all the time. But he did not elaborate as to what she made up. I'm trying to think if there's anything else he said, and it would be great if anybody could comment or give me if I forgot something. But because I did not talk to the man myself, it was somebody in the group that I'm involved with. It's hard for me to go word for word what he said. But that is most of all the recap that we have. Interestingly enough, now we've got the fact that she didn't sleep with Mo, but she did sleep with Jersey. She did go out willingly and wasn't having to be convinced. She wanted to go out because she was celebrating. But then Naja did leave her at Mo's house and kind of disappeared. So there you have it. Now Smoke, when he was brought up, Charles Lindsay, Marissa's father of her 4 younger kids, when he was brought up as a contender, because somebody said, hey, what about him? Could he be involved in this? And Mo did say, I hadn't even considered that. Now, here's what I do find interesting. Mo said he was looking for Sean to have a chat with him about what was going on with Marissa. And I want to understand how these people are missing each other, because he has not been hiding. So I don't understand how they're missing each other. It would be excellent if we knew what was going on there. But as I'm saying this, okay, I don't know why people are declining. There we go. But yeah, I'm kind of curious as to, because now we had Naja being the bad guy from Sarah, and Sean and Jersey. We now know GPD has cleared Sean and Jersey, but now Mo's saying it's all Sean and Naja, no Jersey. So, anybody got any questions? I'd love to field some questions at this point. Because that's all the update I have, because he won't talk to me. Okay, Tanisha, I mean, with his large following, you'd think he'd maybe organize a search party, not trying to insult him or anything. Also, how do we know if Sarah isn't in his ear saying things? Good question. I actually think it might be the opposite, where she's in his ear to speak. I don't know. Because now he did say, and I'm glad you brought that up because it did remind me of something he did say. He did say that he's got a couple guys that work with him that he's had out every single day searching for Marissa. Who they are and where they're searching, that we don't know, because he did not divulge that information. I do think Mo's giving Sarah money and helping her out there, which is probably why she gave him my phone number. But that is a good question. But according to him, he is out there having people look. So he did say that. Any other questions? Anybody? Yeah, I was shocked that he wanted to talk. I was very surprised. Michelle did a great job talking to him. So, but, you know, like I said, we do have some text messages back and forth between them, and these are things, in a sense, on one hand, it kind of exonerates Mo a little bit, but at the same time, though, I don't think it does, and let me explain why. Just like you said, Tanisha, with his large following, you would think he would have organized a massive search party. Also, with his large following, you would think he would know what happened to her, because somebody saw something, and I don't think anything gets past him that he doesn't already know about. So I never said Mo did anything to her, but I do believe he actually knows what happened to her. And that's just my opinion. You know, just because of the industry he's in and how people talk about things, I truly believe that he knows more than what he's letting on. We did ask him about the cousin thing, and he did say, no, she's not my cousin, but in my group, you know, we don't call each other friends. We call each other like brother, sister, cousin, whatever. It's like a family thing, which is kind of weird considering what they do. But that's where the cousin thing comes into play. But this still brings up the fact that he didn't say anything about Jersey, other than the fact that he knew Marissa was sleeping with him that night. But the police have still have cleared, Jersey and Sean. And in his mind, in Mo's world, Sean's the guy. Sean and Naja. But, okay. So Tanisha asked, has Sarah had anything to say for herself? I mean, pushing this trafficking narrative is clearly veering away from. We're essentially recovering Marissa's body, and since the current consensus is that she's dead, police know hot spots that we don't. Being honest about what she was doing in her free time would definitely give police an idea of where to look for her. And I completely, wholeheartedly agree with you on that. Now, the police were not fooled by this whole innocent world behavior person that Sarah was trying to put out there. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to put two and two together and get lemonade. But, as I was trying to make a joke there. But they're well aware of what her history is. And I think what got me the most when I had my meeting with them earlier this week was the fact that, hey, Zizi, was the fact that he had no idea who Mo was. That was what got me with the detective. He had not a clue who he was. And that's why I was like, you need to talk to this guy. Because he knows people, and I'm sure he knows something, and that goes back to Janaja. I mean, the girl's terrified, and I know she knows something. So she's obviously hiding somewhere. So the question is Janaja lying or is Mo lying? Or are they both lying? They both could be lying. And yeah, so the world and the craziness keeps on spinning at this point. Keeps on spinning because you can tell that every time one of these videos is done, people have something to say. And I have caught a lot of negative feedback doing this channel. I believe there was something being brought up about me in a Marissa Carmichael case discussion group stating that I am unhinged and unprofessional. Okay, I mean, that's a little harsh, but okay, I hear you. And it actually had me thinking that maybe I talk about this case too much. And that's also a very good possibility. I talk about this too much. I'm not going to deny that. But I do know people are watching, and I do know people care. Because I've had people reach out to me that are friends of mine on Facebook, who I haven't talked to in forever, that have asked me about this case. I got stopped at work earlier today by a couple of people going, hey, what's going on? They found the woman? And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I had no idea they were watching this. So, it's really interesting how far out there this has gotten, her name and her story. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do, is get out there the name and the story and everything else. And eventually I'll be able to talk about other cases. I'd like to, because this is just number one on my plate here. It just is. And and again, like I said, I don't know Marissa. I've never met Marissa. I've never met her children. I met her. I've talked to her mother via the phone, but I know nothing about her. But does that make me less of a, does that make me wrong to want to help find her? because I've been accused again of trying to get clout. I've been accused again of trying to get famous. I've been accused of being unhinged and unprofessional and crazy and all this other stuff. And I mean, these are your opinions. I can't say you're wrong for having them. I mean, they're an opinion. Everyone has one. I mean, my mom had this great saying of opinions are like a-holes. Everyone's got one. So I kind of liken a lot of this criticism I get to that statement because, I mean, it's just your opinion, you know. Some of the criticism I do consider it, and I do think about it, and I try to do better if I can, you know. But, you know, people have called me very critical of the family. And I'm sorry, I think the family should be criticized, you know. That's just my thoughts on that, you know. And, you know, all that GoFundMe money they got in the beginning, they used it for t-shirts with Sean's face on it saying, "This is the guy that took my daughter." That was really a waste of money right there, y'all. It really was. So, and Tanisha comment, I mean, like, I get it. No one wants to hear that their daughter is dead. I mean, I'd absolutely scream my lungs out for days on end if anyone told me that. But being in denial won't help. Marissa deserves a proper burial. No matter what she did with her time, Marissa deserves some dignity, but Sarah's too busy doing... Oh, goodness, where's she going with this? Too busy doing. That's all I got. Okay, so, yeah, and I agree, Tanisha, because this is all about dignity, respect. Like I said, no matter what Marissa did in life, nobody deserves to be just left out there in the cold, alive or dead. It just doesn't work like that. And the fact that she is a woman, a minority, in two categories, in sex and in race, it just makes it worse for her situation that people just stop looking. And you can't have that. You just can't have that. You know, the statistics alone of people that go missing, most of them are women, and most of them are people of color. And it's shocking how few of those cases really get solved. And I don't know if there's a bias there with police. I hate to say that, but I gotta believe that plays a role in some of this. I think with her having the CD passed that Marissa had before she went missing, her being involved in other things that are not of the legal nature, you know, no one should be judged for doing that because everyone has a reason why they get into that world. And, you know, she doesn't deserve to be missing for that either, or not cared about. So, you know, again, I'll keep doing these videos. I'll keep saying her name. I'll keep trying to promote her out there. Gotta find her. Gotta find her. She's out there somewhere. And, it's sad. It's sad. And I think about this case all day long. I do. I do. And I'm not the only one who feels that way. I know about 20 other people who feel that way, at least. I'm sure quite a few more do. And I just pray that if something like this happened to me, people would keep looking for me. You know, because it seems like Smoke, the father of her children, does not seem to be too concerned about her missing. When the detective that we talked to, when we brought him up, he said, yeah, we've talked to him. He's really mad about those child abuse charges. That seems to be all he really is concerned about, is that. And what can you do on that? Because he has his priorities. I mean, yes, his children should be a priority. They're in foster care. But it's just very, very sad. Very, very sad. At the end of the day, somebody has to keep looking. Families sometimes do give up. They lose stamina, they lose hope, and they give up. And there's nothing wrong with that. Not everybody's equipped to fight the good fight for so long. But it's been, 94 days that she's been missing? That's 94 days too many. And I know her children are constantly asking about her, like, where's mommy? You want to see mommy?
Where are they, you goblin?
I'm live right now. Please go away. Anyway. Sad
woman.
Sorry, I apologize for that. I have children in my home, adult children, that apparently are really worried about Doritos that are on top of the refrigerator. And, I apologize. Hopefully you all get a good chuckle at that. But, she totally threw off my train of thought. So sorry about that. Where was I? Yes. Children, I have them. They like Doritos. They're on top of the refrigerator. Anyway, on that note, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it right there. Because we now have Mo blaming Naja. We have Sarah blaming Naja. We have Sarah also blaming Sean in Jersey and not giving up on the trafficking story. And Mo has not said she's being trafficked. So I found that interesting. But tables are turning. People are blaming each other. And there's a quote from Benjamin Franklin where he says, only 2 people can keep a secret as long as one of them is dead. Hopefully nobody else has to die over this whole case. And that's not saying that Marissa's dead. I believe that's where we're leaning towards, police and everybody. But it is what it is. So, this is Rebecca with Red True Crime. Be weird, be rude, be safe. And when I have another update, I'll let you know. But Mo is now doing the finger pointing at people. That is the news. So, have a wonderful evening. And, good night.
Father, tell me, do we get what we deserve? Oh, we get what we deserve. And where down we go, oh, 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 where down we go, oh, 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 so where down we go, oh, 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 way down we go. Oh, you let your feet run wild. Thomas, come as we all go down. Yeah, but for the folk who my heart, do you dare to look them right in the eyes? Yeah. Oh, 'cause they will run you down, down to